It's a beautiful morning from this part of the world. I hope you're experiencing the same. So first thing first, about this daily series of this Noiler Ross308 and Abor Acre beds. The first thing I'm going to do, stepping into the pen, is to check for the water level. Right here, the water level isn't bad. This can carry them for some few hours this morning. So the next thing, I'm going to be checking out for the heat level, because as at last night when I last checked on the beds, the stove level was a bit low. Okay, we still have some heat there, but I think it's low because this morning it's a bit cold. The weather is a bit cold, so I think it's going to rain this morning. So that means I have to increase the heat level of this bed. So the next thing I'll be looking out for, I'll open up the whole of this stuff just in case there's any mortality, because where the Noilers are, they are quite inside, so I have to take off all of these zincs. Not necessarily all, I'll take most part of it so that I can get easy access to see what is happening inside of the pen. So stick with me while I try to do that opening. Okay guys, I've been able to open most part of it. So first thing first, I'm going to check out in the Noiler section, because it seems like this seems to be quite delicate, especially when it comes to heat. There's no mortality in here, but I can see this guy right here looking cold and stuttering. Let me check out its after if it has been feeding. It has not been feeding properly, and even their feet are out. This is quite surprising. Their feet are already out, but this guy is not looking really healthy and strong. So I don't know what I'm going to do to it. So I think I'll increase the heat level of these beds. See, this one is not really doing nice. I'll increase the heat level of these beds and increase their feeder, like I said yesterday. I need to add more feeders for them down here, because coming down here to replace feed can be a bit stressful for me. So these Noilers are the ones that are going to be giving me some little challenge. Yeah, I think they require more heat, so I have to make sure that the heat level is high to cover for them all through. Although I've been putting the heat source from the Ross308 section, because I know they are quite much younger than others. So I felt that maybe these other guys who have already developed some heat resistance. So we have one Abor Acre that is jumping over its boundary. So let's push it back. So if you look very well, the size difference between the Ross308 and the Abor Acre is not much. The Abor Acres, they are 3 days, 4 days older than the Ross308, but their size difference isn't much. So that's one lovely thing I like about the Ross308. This tool isn't looking nice. That tool right there isn't looking nice. So that means I need to make sure this place is clean enough. That means this speaker screen has to go off entirely. So that tool isn't looking nice at all. So I'll be topping up the feeds for them this morning, increasing the heat level, so that this heat source should be enough for them, because this weather is a bit cold this morning, so that the heat source will be enough for them. Because one of the challenges that causes mortality in brooding is when your heat level is low. So the birds tend to cluster, and in that process some of the yolk sac have not been fully cut off, so it tends to now make them to have mortality. So what I'll be doing, I'll be increasing the heat source this morning and adding more feed for them, and they are basically cool. They're doing well. Just these smaller sections that are giving me some little concerns. The Abor Acre, there's no mortality, and over here in the Ross308 area there's no mortality, so the whole 50 of them are okay. The Abor Acre 101, they are doing very well. Just the Noiler that we had one mortality yesterday, and one is acting funny already this morning. So guys, stay with me. I was able to add an extra feeder on the Noiler sections and also increase the heat level, since the weather is quite cold this morning. So hopefully this should take them till evening hours when I'll be back. But I think the water in this 4-liter drinker is low, so maybe I just have to top it up before I go out, or maybe I could just pass So I had intentions of removing this paper, but on a second thought, since I'm still using this feeder, so I'll just let it stay there. Because one thing with this feeder is that once wood shavings start dropping on it, it tends to block the ways for the birds to feed easily. So I'll still use this paper maybe late in the evening hours when I get back from work. I will change or add an extra feeder, then take off the newspaper on the floor, because the paper somehow is helping to reduce the wood shaving droppings that accompanies them on their foot while they step on it. So far so good. These birds are doing well. They are doing well. They are quite active and lively. You know, we don't have any mortality in the Abor Acre sections. Even the broilers are doing very well. So the total number of birds we have here is still on 200. Remember, we had one mortality in the Noiler section yesterday, which reduced them to 49. The Abor Acre, they are 101. These guys over here are still 50. So we are still good. So guys, tell me what you think about this my setup. You know, let me get to hear your own opinion from the comment section. And you watching this far, I believe you like what you're saying. So please click the like button. And if you're new to this channel, please do well to subscribe to help grow this channel, so that other people will get to learn just like you are doing. And I also encourage you to just try to adopt most of the techniques and approaches I use here. You know, farming is quite easy when you know the little techniques and ins and outs on how to maneuver and to cut costs. Like I said in my previous video, this same heat that I would have used for maybe 50 birds or 100 is covering for 200 birds. So that's why on the long run, when your birds are more, you tend to cut down your cost of production. I know this kerosene stove is costing me a little bit more, because some people use charcoal and the charcoal do very well. So but I'm a bit used to using the kerosene stove, because I'm able to gauge and estimate the time frame that the kerosene is supposed to last before I get to top it up, because most times I'm usually away for up to 8 or 10 hours before I get back to check on them. So that's why I tend to prefer this. And if you're brooding, it's always important for you to have a light source like this. So I have these solar lamps that I use to lighten up my pen. You know, it has really helped me a long way. I've been using for close to 2 years now, and I've been serving very well. So it's very important when you're running a poultry farm to have a solar lamp, especially if you're doing farming in Africa, which most times your farm location might be off-grid location, or you're in a country like Nigeria where we don't have regular power supply, so power will not become a challenge. So but if you have a solar lamp like this, it will really help you a long way to cut down costs, because broiler chicks need lights. Even layers, they also need lights up to 18 hours. So having a solar lamp will help you to cut down that cost. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when I'll give you more updates of what's happening here in Ete Farms. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.